What's good, everybody? NBA Nerd here, and once again, I am back with another NBA Hot Takes video. About a couple of days ago, I asked on the community tab if you guys can drop some hot takes, and these were very interesting takes, I gotta say. But before we get into the video, if you guys want me to do another NBA Hot Takes video, make sure to comment down below a hot take that you have, and you have a chance to appear in the next video. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe and leave a like, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. So the first hot take we got is from Invincible3521. He says Jaylen Brown is not a player worthy of a supermax contract. Jason Tatum might be. Honestly, I knew Jaylen Brown was going to get mentioned at some point. Jaylen Brown, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated players in the league. Honestly, he's not even underrated. He is a properly rated player. He's a great scorer. He's an amazing defender. And yes, he is not a great dribbler, and he definitely is a turnover machine. But I really do think he is an amazing player and has so much potential. Now, do I think he deserves that extension? Honestly, no. I know he met the requirements. He made an All-NBA team and this, that, and the other. But I really do think that after what happened in the playoffs, I honestly think he really doesn't deserve that contract. I feel like the Celtics kind of had their backs against the wall, and they definitely do not want Jaylen Brown to walk, because after everything that happened in the season with Jaylen Brown, he was getting a lot of hate, and the Celtics basically had to make a move of, hey, I'm sorry that we made you the scapegoat. Here's a contract. Please come back. That's just honestly what it is. But as far as Jason Tatum, I mean, Jason Tatum next year is going to be eligible for a contract, and he probably might get a bigger contract than Jaylen Brown. So Jason Tatum, as great as he is, he's probably going to earn that contract fair and square, and I think he is deserving of a type of extension that Jaylen Brown has. The next hot take we got is from my boy Specs Media. Devin Booker will win the MVP. Honestly, I think Devin Booker definitely has a great chance of winning the MVP. I know I troll Specs Media a lot about the Phoenix Suns. If you guys watch the Starting Five podcast, you know. But I do think Devin Booker has a great chance of winning an MVP. He has improved year after year after year of being an elite scorer and leader for the Phoenix Suns, and he's also improved defensively, and he's all around becoming an amazing player. I just think that he is also in a league with Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Stephen Curry. I mean, there are so many players that have a greater chance of winning an MVP that Devin Booker just may never win one as long as they are active and at a high level. Now, will Devin Booker surprise everyone and win it? I don't know. If he does that, then that would be very impressive in a league where we have so many elite players. Aditya Saha 1580 says Luka is going to win MVP. Honestly, Luka Doncic has been my dark horse MVP since like 2021, 2022. Luka is a generational talent. I mean, we already know what he's capable of. And the team that he has now with Kyrie Irving and Christian Wood, if he stays on the team, and everybody else, I mean, they are definitely going to be a either borderline play-in team or a playoff team. We know what they're capable of when Kyrie and Luka are both playing. It's just a matter of if they both can stay healthy and if their core is strong enough to make it in the Western Conference. But Luka Doncic, I just feel like this year may be his time to break through and finally get mentioned in the conversation for MVP, because he's always right there, but they never take him into consideration, because the last couple of years it's only been Embiid and Nikola Jokic. I mean, Giannis, I don't really think he had a chance, even though I think he statistically had a case, but it was always going to be Nikola Jokic and Embiid for the last 3 seasons. So maybe the voters are going to be tired of voting for Nikola and Embiid and might vote for somebody different, and maybe it might be Doncic. And this is going to be a crazy one. Andy Roswell 007 says Charles Barkley still is better than Michael Jordan. Okay, I know he's either saying this to be trolling or he's actually dead serious. I'm going to assume that he's trolling. Charles Barkley, as great of a player that he is, and honestly, he was one of the greatest players in the 90s, he was never better than Michael Jordan. I understand that he won an MVP in 93, but he was never better than Michael Jordan. He was an amazing power forward, great rebounder, great post scorer, but I'm sorry, there's a difference between Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan. I don't even know why I have to be saying this. We all know Michael Jordan is considered to be the greatest player of all time. I think he's the greatest player of all time. That's just who I think it is. I'm sorry, LeBron fans, but that's just how I feel. But, I mean, that doesn't mean Charles Barkley was a bum. He was a great player, an amazing player, just not anywhere near Michael Jordan's level. And we have another MVP prediction from More2650. If Anthony Davis is healthy, he will win MVP next season. Honestly, Anthony Davis last year and 2020 proves that he is capable of being an MVP caliber player. But the question is, will voters want to vote for him? Because honestly, AD has always been at that level where he can win an MVP, but it's just really weird because he never gets considered, even when he is healthy. But again, his health is the only thing that is going to make us question whether or not he can be an MVP caliber player and win the award. Because while he was pretty good last year, he was still unhealthy, he was getting injured, and that's just honestly everyone's MO here. I mean, we all know that AD is an injury-prone player. It's just a matter of if he can stay healthy. Now, if he can stay healthy, maybe he could be in the MVP conversation. Fried Rico's J says the Pacers will be a top 5 team in the East. Honestly, I wouldn't say top 5, but they will definitely have a chance at making it into the play-in and maybe be a low-seeded team in the playoffs. Because while I do think that the Pacers are not the greatest team in the Eastern Conference, I do think that Tyrese Haliburton is going to be improving so much more this year, and I think he's going to take the next step and hopefully carry a team like the Pacers to the playoffs. They have great players. They have Miles Turner. They have Buddy Hield. They have great pieces. Benedict Mathurin. I mean, they have a solid squad. I just don't think they're going to be a top 5 team in the East. Now, if they pull a Sacramento Kings on the Eastern Conference with the Pacers, I'll be surprised. I will definitely be shocked. And if they do become a top 5 seeded team, we are going to go back to this comment. Overtime_prod says the Suns will win the chip. All right, I know I troll the Suns a lot, but I'm going to be real here. Do I think the Suns have a chance at winning a championship? Yes. Do I think the Suns have a chance at being a championship caliber team for the next couple of years? Yes. But, it's a big but, we have seen the Suns in the playoffs this year with Kevin Durant. Now, granted, Kevin Durant was not on the team for that long, so we can at least give him a pass, but that is I say that very lightly. This team right here is going to make or break their future. I'm going to be honest, because Kevin Durant is getting older. Bradley Beal is entering his 30s. Devin Booker is still in his prime, but he's also getting older as well. They are 3 of some of the most talented scorers in the league. But at the same time, their defense is going to be in question. This, like I said in the past, this is going to basically be the Brooklyn Nets, but the Phoenix Suns. Because the Brooklyn Nets, when they had Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant, they were all great. Offensively, they were talented, but defensively, they were flawed. And the Suns do not have the best defensive players. Going in right now, I do not have the Suns as my pick of winning a championship, but the Suns do have a chance at winning the title. It just depends on their defense and if Durant, Beal, and Booker can mesh well together. My boy Tooforwon says, no one will score 60 points this upcoming season. You sure you want to say that again? I mean, it didn't work out for you last time.
2for1 says no one will score 60 or more points this season.
Mitchell for 3. Unbelievable! And the crowd on their feet here on a Sunday night in Portland for Damian Lillard.
Later, you're young.
I need a recovery beer.
Oh, we can handle that.
But hey, if somebody scores 80 points this season, then I still love you though. But I'm sorry, you probably shouldn't have said this again. Zachary Subtle 4502 says Lakers get swept by the Nuggets again. Probably not. The Lakers acquired some pretty good pieces. I'm gonna be honest, the Lakers have gotten better. I hate to say it because I don't like the Lakers, but they got better. And the Nuggets, I mean, they are still great, but they did lose Bruce Brown, who was a crucial part to their championship team. So who knows what's gonna happen with that and if they're gonna be missing his absence. But if they were to play again in the playoffs, that will definitely be interesting to see, because I doubt the Lakers are going to get swept again. I think the Lakers might get a game or 2 in. No, probably they're going to get 2 games in. Because even in the playoffs this year, the Nuggets, while they swept the Lakers, it wasn't by a large margin. I mean, the Lakers had games where they could have won. The Nuggets just outplayed them in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, game 4 alone, it came down to the last shot. So, I mean, maybe they might get swept, but I doubt it. And last but not least, at the G1714 says, Kemba Walker will make the Hall of Fame. This is a really interesting one because Kemba Walker, when he was on the Charlotte Hornets, he was a really good point guard for them, and he made Charlotte pretty relevant when he was there. Now, did they have that much success? No, and yes, they let him walk and let him go to the Celtics, and he did have a good first stint with the Celtics, but then after 2020, he just never really got back to the form that he used to be, and it's really unfortunate because now he's out of the league, he's playing overseas, and as great as Kemba Walker was in his prime, I just don't think he has the accolades and the resume to get him into the Hall of Fame. I know the Hall of Fame nowadays is really easy to get into, but I just don't think Kemba Walker has the strongest case to get into the Hall of Fame. It's unfortunate because Kemba Walker was a very underrated point guard when he was healthy and he was playing at a high level, but I don't know. I just don't think he has the credentials to get into the Hall of Fame. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this one, and I definitely enjoyed seeing a lot of hot takes in the comments. If you guys like this video, like I said earlier in the video, comment down below a hot take that you have, and you have a chance of being in the next video. You guys know the usual. I will see you guys next time. Until then, NBA Nerd out.